So I was studying for my finals and suddenly I received a voicemail. It was Ucho. Yes, this is that guy who helped me to calm down after my $1,300 scam incident. He gave me 23 calls but I didn't even notice it. And though he uploaded a profile picture, his ID still looks like a fake profile. Okay, this was the voicemail.
Yo, here. First of all, you for not picking up my calls, even though I know you're busy with your finals. And secondly, I was wondering if you want to jump out of a plane with me. And before you even start nagging about how broke you are, I don't think it's gonna cost you more than $600 for the whole freaking experience, even including the flight. Because you can stay at my place in New York, and I'll handle all the transportation costs. If you're interested, hit me up as soon as you get this message, because I need to book our skydive, man. See you later.
Skydiving. Sounds cool, and Ucho wasn't wrong. I'm kinda broke and I can only afford $900 for this trip. Anyway, jumping out from a plane looks very interesting, so I said yes. I just talked to Ucho and yes, I am going. Finally, I can go out of the city. I didn't travel for 9 months. So I booked the cheapest round trip flight for $360 and now I only have $540 for the entire trip, which includes a $240 skydiving fee. So technically, I only have $300 to explore New York. I really don't know how it'll gonna work. Okay, I need to focus on my final. Well, it turned out I didn't even need more than $30 to explore the entire New York City. So let's see how I did it. Pro tip: if you're a student in the US and wants to explore other states, always pack lightly. It will save you a lot of money. Okay, I'm ready. New York, here I come! Some milk left and I don't want to waste it, so I'm gonna drink this on my way to the airport. I have to wait for my ride. Anyway, let me start my journey by saying, hey, what's up crew? I salute you. Welcome to the coolest YouTube channel of the world. My name is Ina and welcome to INALIFE. So without further ado, let's go to New York. Have a nice day. Thanks. Take care.
Adding passenger number to your oversold list. Gate 5.
Gate 5. So I arrived at the airport 2 hours early. In my departure area, I got a seat in the front row, which gives this amazing view. Wow. To kill this boring time, I started listening to a podcast, and just like magic, 2 hours passed. There is no doubt that podcasts can help in these kinds of situations. 1 hour of a short flight later, I came to Dallas. Here, I had 2 hours of layover. Right after I landed, I found Panda Express. It is a food chain with Chinese cuisine and I love their food. So the meal cost me $14.60 and after finishing my food, I found a fortune cookie. Let's see what it says. Your troubles will cease and good fortune will smile upon you. Wow, so relatable. I really don't want to get scammed this time. Next, I waited in the departure location and after a while, my turn to get into the plane came. Next destination, New York. The plane was crowded and I got a seat in the very last row. It was a very long flight, basically 4 hours. At 10 PM, I landed in New York and Ucho was waiting for me outside. Long time no see.
Long time no see.
So Ucho took me to his house and there I met his parents. They are such nice peoples. Just ate dinner. I'm so tired right now. Also, Ucho gave his entire room to me. Such a humble and nice guy. Okay, I need to sleep. It's morning and I am hungry. So let's see what the streets of New York have to offer. After walking a bit, we found a food cart. Here we ordered combo over rice. Basically it's rice with chicken and lamb. It costs us $7. Most of these carts only accept cash, so always carry a few dollars with you. Then we went back to Ucho's house and ate that food. They gave us so much meat and trust me, it tastes amazing. Next, Ucho took me to a garage. There, he did an oil change of his car. After doing that oil change, we came back to his home and went to explore New York. So, Ucho's mother gave me this unlimited access Metro card. With this Metro card, I can take unlimited subways and travel anywhere in the city for free. This is one of the best gifts a person can get in New York. We headed to Jackson Heights. First, we went to a supermarket, and after searching for a while, I found my love. So many feelings are associated with these chips. The name is potato crackers. If you never tried it, trust me, you are missing one of the coolest snacks this world has to offer. And no, I am not overemphasizing. So I bought 2 of this. Each of them cost me 50 cents.
Wow. The taste. Flavor.
Next, we went to a Bengali restaurant for lunch. I didn't eat this kinds of food for a long time, and I enjoyed every single dish. The food tastes so fresh and authentic. It cost us $37.02 and Ucho paid the bill. If we ate the same food in Bangladesh, it won't even cost more than $5. But it's New York, and in the US, you won't get this kind of experience daily. So for me, it's worth the price. It's not about the money, it's all about the feelings. Now we are heading to Central Park. For New Yorkers, this park is the lungs of New York. Because the summer vacation just started, the park was overly crowded. People also came here for picnics. There's no doubt that this park is the best place to spend quality time in this city's busy life. Look, most of these roller skaters are senior citizens. At this age, how joyful and energetic they all are. This is called living life. Here, people are dancing, and the cool thing is, most of them don't even know each other. There's also a boat rental facility in this park. It costs $20 per hour to rent a boat. Actually, this park is so big that it's impossible to explore the entire park in one day. Our next stop is High Line, which is also known as New York's Park in the Sky. The entry for it is free, but we had to scan a QR code before entering. So this place happened to be a railroad that got abandoned in 1960s. After abandoning, nature began to take over this place. Let me show you a video that describes what happened to this place after 1960s.
After the train stopped running, the High Line sat, unused, a rusty monument to the West Side's industrial past. On top of the tracks, nature began to take over. The wind blew seeds in from across the river, and birds dropped others onto the rail bed. Some of these seeds took root, grew, died, and decomposed. A layer of soil built up, and as the years passed, a strange, unlikely wilderness took hold. Grasses, wildflowers, and trees grew up, watered by the rain, sheltered by the buildings, and virtually untouched by humans. But on the ground, property owners in West Chelsea began to lobby the city to have the High Line torn down. They called it a blight and an eyesore. In 1999, 2 neighborhood residents, Robert Hammond and Joshua David, met at a community meeting about the future of the High Line. They heard that the structure might be torn down and wanted to see if anyone was trying to save it. Nobody was, so they started Friends of the High Line, a non-profit group. At first, saving the High Line was an unlikely dream. Mayor Giuliani signed demolition orders, and few people thought the High Line could be preserved. But over the next few years, Friends of the High Line brought together a community of artists, architects, business owners, and civic leaders to rally for the High Line. The city government got behind the project in 2002. 3 years later, the project was approved. After an international competition, a design team led by field operations with Diller, Scafidio, and Renfro began to plan the High Line's transformation to a public park.
In 2009, Highline's transformation to a public park ended, which gave Highline today's look. In one sentence, this was a brilliant idea. Next, we went to Lower Manhattan. This is the World Trade Center. Also, have a look at this building's architecture. It's giving the World Trade Center this unique view. Turns out this is a shopping mall and the name of this place is Oculus. Just look at this view. So we roam around this place for a bit and went to the nearest Burger King and ordered 2 Impossible Whoppers with Oreo shakes. It cost us $20.76. The patties of these burgers are made of fake meat, but it feels like you are eating meat. The texture and the taste are exactly like real meat, and this might be the future of meat. So after finishing the burgers, we went to our next and last stop of today, Roosevelt Island. If you watched my Got Scammed Now What video, you know that last time I couldn't visit this place because of Hurricane Laura, and I promised you guys that this will be the very first place to visit next time for sure. But Ucho told me that the real beauty of Roosevelt Island can only be experienced at sunset. So that's the reason for it to be today's last stop. The moment I came, I understand why this is Ucho's favorite place in New York. Although my camera wasn't doing justice to the beauty of this place, let me try to describe it. So on this island there is a park from where you can have one of the spectacular views of New York's skyline. Also, not many tourists know about this place, which makes this place less crowded and one of the most underrated places in New York. You can't feel how calm and beautiful Roosevelt Island is until you come here. See that red neon light billboard? This is one of the oldest advertisements of Pepsi Cola and it was built in 1940. Ucho showed me how many steps we took so far and it was 22,674 steps, which equate to 11.20 miles. We stayed there for an hour and then we head back to home using Roosevelt Island's tramway. The cool thing about the Metro card is that it also works with other public transportations of the city. So it's free for me because I have this unlimited Metro card. According to the New York Times, this tram ride gives the most exciting view of New York City, and sure, it does. So after a bit of walking and hopping on a few metros, we came home at 10:30. Wow, what a day it was. Let me give you a walking update. So today we walked 27,378 steps, which means 12.46 miles. Anyway, the best part is I still have more than $250 left. $256.64 exactly. By the way, I only spent $30 today, which includes that $20 Burger King food. Okay, I need to sleep because tomorrow I'm going to skydive. Do subscribe, okay? Let's make that 1,000 subscribers a reality. Bye. What? You're going without subscribing to me? I'm in the snow with this clothes still? That's sad. You know what? I like numbers, so what are you waiting for? Just do subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay happy.